SSC 10 Mathematics Part 2. Practice these two types of questions properly. You will be fully ready to score marks easily. If you solve only 5 types of sums correctly, you can easily score 35 above marks. Simple strategies to score maximum marks. Questions from 1st, 4th and 7th chapter are mostly asked in this section. Let us score high in geometry together. Hello dear students, welcome to Kallakar Education YouTube channel. Are you feeling nervous about the 10th standard geometry exam? Don't worry, this video is specially for you. In today's video, we will clearly break down the complete paper pattern and show you exactly how to attempt it step by step. Once you understand the structure, half of your fear will disappear and your confidence will automatically increase. Before starting this video, do comment "I am confident" in the comment box and watch this video till the end. Why to watch this video? The exact question paper pattern, how to present a paper, marks distribution, smart attempting tips, time management tips, important theorems and constructions, and simple strategies to score maximum marks. Many students make mistakes while writing all these board related information. You can watch our video where complete information has been provided. If you truly want to walk into the exam hall feeling confident and prepared, this is a must-watch video. And don't forget to subscribe our Kallakar Education YouTube channel for more smart study guidance and motivation. Let us score high in geometry together. How much weightage each lesson has in geometry section 2? First lesson is similarity. Similarity carries 10 marks. Next is Pythagoras theorem. This carries 7 marks. Third lesson is circle. Carries 12 marks. Next is geometrical construction. Carries 7 marks. Coordinate geometry carries 7 marks. Next is trigonometry. Trigonometry carries 7 marks. Next is mensuration carries 10 marks. Your overall paper is for 60 marks, but you have to solve only 40 marks paper. Let us see the question-wise weightage. In the geometry question paper, there are total 5 main questions. Question number 1A, solve multiple choice questions. This question carries 4 marks. Question number 1B, solve 4 out of 4, carries 4 marks. Question number 2A, this is the activity-based question. 3 activities are given to you. Out of that 3 activities, you have to solve any 2. This question carries 4 marks. Question number 2B, solve 4 out of 5 sub-questions. At the time of board exam, 5 sub-questions are given to you, and out of that 5 sub-questions, you have to solve any 4. This question carries 8 marks. Next is question number 3A. This is also activity-based questions. 2 activities are given to you. Out of that 2 activities, you have to complete only 1 activity. You will get 3 marks for that question. Next is question number 3B. 4 sub-questions are given to you. Out of that 4 sub-questions, you have to solve any 2. And you will get 6 marks for that question. Now next is question number 4. 3 sub-questions are given to you. Out of that 3 sub-questions, you have to solve any 2. And you will get 8 marks. Next is question number 5. Solve any 1 out of 2 sub-questions. Means here students, 2 sub-questions are given to you and you have to solve only 1. And you will get 3 marks. Your total paper is for 40 marks. Here you can see in the question number 1, 2 and 3, you will find sub-questions as well. Now let us begin with the question number 1A. Question number 1A contains multiple choice questions. These questions are based on your knowledge and understanding of the subject. Read carefully and choose the correct answer. Here, we have to solve all the questions given in the textbook problem set properly. In this, very basic questions are asked. If there is any calculation involved, do it on the last page of your answer sheet only. If you have any doubt about the answer, you can write it in pencil first and finalize it with a pen at the end of the paper. Now let us see how MCQ answered should be written properly. Now let us start with a question number 1A. Choose the correct alternative from given. First one. Out of the following, which is a Pythagorean triplet? 4 options are given to you, and out of that 4 options, you have to find out the correct option. Now let us start. Option A, in the bracket given 1, 5 and 10. So 1 square, then 5 square and 10 square. Our property is what? The square of a larger number is equal to the sum of the remaining squares of the two numbers. So 1 square is 1, 5 square is 25 and 10 square is 100. Now when we are going to do addition of these two numbers, we will get 26. Here is the 26 and here is the 100. So both the numbers are different, means this is not a Pythagorean triplet. Now the next option is 3, 4 and 5. Let us start. 3, 4 and 5. So 3 square, 4 square and 5 square. 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16 and 5 square is 25. So which are the two smaller numbers? 3 square and the 4 square. So we will get 9 plus 16 is equal to 25. Here this number and this number, both the numbers are same. Means our correct option is B. For question 1, if the answer is B, then you simply have to write the question number and the right option next to it. First one B, second one D, third one C and fourth one C. Each and every question carries 1 marks each. So student, this is very simple questions. For question 1A, do not spend too much time. These are direct MCQs and try to complete this section within 5 to 7 minutes. Question 1B also carries 4 marks. It has 4 short answer questions of 1 mark each. Let us see which questions are asked in this. First one, ratio of areas of two triangles. Next is theorem of geometric mean. Next is slope of the line. Next is questions related to cyclic quadrilateral. Fifth one, questions related to externally or internally touching circles. Sixth one, from trigonometry, questions like sin theta multiplied by cosec theta is equal to how much? If sin theta is equal to cos theta, then what is the value of theta? Like these simple questions are asked in the board exam. Try to finish this section within 8 to 10 minutes. Moving towards question number 1B, first one. In the following figure, triangle ABC, B dash, D dash C and BD is equal to 7, BC is equal to 20, then you have to find out area of triangle ABD upon area of triangle ABC. In this question, you have to use the formula property from the lesson similarity. Therefore, the areas are proportional to their corresponding bases. This property we have to use for this first one. Now, in this, we can see area of triangle ABD upon area of triangle ABC is equal to, in this question, BD is the base and BC is also base. So, we have to write down BD upon BC. So students, here BD is already given 7. So we have to write down 7 and BC is given 20. So we have to write 20. Only this is the answer. Moving towards next sum, second one. In the following figure, angle MNP is equal to 90 degree. Segment NQ perpendicular to segment MP. You can see in this figure, MQ is given 9, QP is given 4. So students, you have to find out NQ. In this question, you have to use theorem of geometric mean. Let us see how to find out the answer. So students, our formula is what? NQ square is equal to MQ multiplied by PQ. And in the bracket, you have to must write theorem of geometric mean. Means here, the examiner will be understand which theorem you are going to use over there. Otherwise, you are not going to get for that statement half mark. Okay. So now here you have to fill up the values in the formula. MQ is given in the question 9. So students, you have to write down 9 below that MQ. Multiply sign is there. So you have to use multiply sign. Don't forget that sign. So PQ is given 4. So you have to write like this. By taking the square root from both the sides. So we will get NQ is equal to 3 multiplied by 2. Then students, you have to multiply these two numbers. 3 to the 6. Means our answer is NQ is equal to 6. Now moving towards next sum, third one. Angle made by a line with the positive direction of x-axis is 30 degree. Find the slope of that line. Now students, let us start with this answer. Here we have to write the angle made by the line with the positive direction of x-axis is 30 degree. Then we have to use our formula. Slope of the line is equal to tan theta. And in this question, theta is given 30 degree. So you have to write this value here. According to the trigonometric value table, we have to write the tan 30 value. And from the table, 1 upon root 3. Means the slope of the line is 1 upon root 3. Now next sum is the fourth one. In cyclic quadrilateral ABCD, measure angle A is equal to 100 degree and then find out measure angle C. In this question, you have to use theorem of cyclic quadrilateral. So students, write down the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. So measure angle A plus measure angle C is equal to 180 degree and measure angle A is already given 100 degree. So you have to write down this value here plus measure angle C is equal to 180 degree. So students, measure angle C you have to keep on the left hand side. Then when this 100 goes to that side, that one is subtracted. So 180 degree minus 100 degree, you will get 80 degree. So students, you will get half of marks for each and every step. Question number 2A is activity based. It carries 4 marks. There are 3 sub questions, but you have to attempt any 2. Each carries 2 marks. These may include filling the blanks or completing the statements or proofs. Read full activity carefully before answering. While solving this question, you may need to add additional steps in the solution. In your geometry textbook, total 35 to 40 activities are given in the solve examples, practice sets and problem sets are asked in the exam. Let us move to question number 2A. Complete the following activities and rewrite it. First one, the radius of a circle with center P is 10 cm. If chord AB of the circle sustains a right angle at P, find the area of minor sector by using the following activity. Students, in this question, pi's value is given in the bracket 3.14. So we have to use same value here. Now students, let us start from the activity. r is equal to 10 centimeter, theta is equal to 90 degree, pi's value is given 3.14. Area of sector P dash AXB is equal to theta upon 360 multiplied by pi r square. So students, theta upon 360 multiplied by pi r square. This pi r square we have to use in this bracket. Below equal sign we have to write down equal sign. Theta is given in the question 90 degree. So we have to write 90 degree upon 360 multiplied by pi's value is given 3.14. Radius is given 10 centimeter. So we have to write 10 square. So cancel this. 9 ones are 9. 9 fours are 36. So students, we have to write 1 upon 4 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by 10 square. So 3.14 multiplied by 10 square is 100. So 314, this 20. After the point there are 2 digits. So our point is here. So we have to write down 314 in the box. Now 4 ones are 4. 4 sevens are 28. 31 minus 28 is 3. 3 and 4, 34. So 4 8s are 32. Reminder is 2. We have to take point and 4 5s are 20. So our answer is 78.5. Now students, we have to write the answers in the boxes. In the first box, we have to write pi r square. Next answer, we find out 90 degree and 1 upon 4 multiplied by 340. So our final answer 78.5 square centimeter. Next is second sum. In the following figure, chord MN and chord RS intersect at point D. This is the point D. If RD is given 15, DS is given 4 and MD is given 8. Find DN by completing the following activity. Now students, look at this diagram. In this diagram, we are going to use theorem of internal division of chords. So students, we have to use that formula over here. So MD multiplied by DN is equal to, here written DS. So students, we have to write down DS. Where is the DS? Here. DS. So we have to write here RD. And in the bracket, we have to write theorem of internal division of chords. Now next is, we can see DN is here. And in front of that, 15 multiplied by 4 is there. So RD is 15 and DS, RD is 15 and DS is 4. So we have to use the value of MD. MD in the question given 8. So students, we have to write down DN is equal to 15 multiplied by 4. Means this value we have to put here. 15 fours are 60. Divide by 8. We will get the answer 8 ones are 8. 8 sevens are 56. 60 minus 56 is 4. And we have to take point, then we will get 40. So our answer is 7.5. Our final answer 7.5. Now the next is third sum. An observer at a distance of 10 meter from the tree looks at the top of the tree. The angle of elevation is 60 degree. To find the height of the tree, complete the following activity. Now in this question, root 3 is value given in the bracket 1.73. So students, in this also, we have to start from the activity at a time of board paper. In the figure given above, AB is equal to H. AB is given H, height of the tree. BC is given 10 meter. Where is the BC? Here. The distance of the observer from the tree. Now in this question, we are going to use angle of elevation, that is theta, is equal to angle BCA is equal to 60 degree. So students, tan theta is equal to, now here downward BC is there, BC. So we have to write down tan theta is equal to AB upon BC. So I am writing here AB upon BC. Now according to the trigonometric value table, tan 60 degree is equal to root 3. Now students, AB upon BC is equal to root 3. We have to use all these two values from statement number 1 and 2. So students, AB upon BC is equal to root 3. We have to take these values here from statement number 1 and 2. So students, AB is equal to BC. This BC is multiplied with root 3. So students, BC is already given in the question 10 meter. We have to write down 10, and in this root 3 we have to write like this. So students, 10 multiplied by 1.73, that is a root 3's value. When we are multiplying this 1.73 multiplied by 10, we will get 1730. We have to use the point here. So our answer is 17.3. The height of the tree is 17.3. In this, mostly questions are asked from the circle lesson, formula-based mensuration, or a simple questions from trigonometry. Try to complete it within 10 to 12 minutes. Now let us begin with question number 2b. This question carries 8 marks. It contains 5 sub-questions, out of which you have to attempt any 4. Each sub-question carries 2 marks. These questions are generally from your textbook. The solutions are short but may require application of 1 or 2 mathematical concepts. So, while preparing, focus on textbook examples and practice sets. Do not skip steps. Even for 2 marks, you have to write at least 4 steps. Write proper working and final answers clearly. Questions similar to the following can be asked in the exam. You may be asked to find the area or the surface area or curved surface area or volume. You may be asked to find the slope of the line to check whether the given points are collinear or not, or to find the midpoint of the line segment. Students, you may be given a question like, if cos theta is equal to 3 upon 5, then find sin theta. You may also be asked to find the angle bisector. There can be questions related to BPT. There can be also be questions related to 30, 60, 90 degree triangles. From construction, to draw angle bisector of the given angle or draw a tangent to the circle. Now let us start from the first question. In triangle ABC, DE parallel to BC, if DB is equal to 5.4 cm, AD is given 1.8 cm, EC is given 7.2 cm, then find out AE. In this question, students, we have to use BPT theorem. Now let us start the answer. AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. This is our BPT formula. Now in this, we are going to put the values. So therefore, we have to write therefore, AD is in the question given 1.8. So we have to write 1.8. DB is given 5.4. Now in this question, we have to find out A. So we have to write down A here, and EC is given 7.2. So students, we have to write down like this. Now in this question, we have to find out A. So we have to do interchange the side. So therefore, AE upon 7.2 is equal to 1.8 upon 5.4. Now let us see, students, we have to do cross multiplication here. So therefore, AE is equal to 1.8 multiplied by 7.2 upon 5.4. 18 ones are 18, 18 threes are 54. So 7.2. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 1 is left, that means 12, 3 4s are 12. So we have to put here point. So our answer is AE is equal to 2.4. If in the question there is given centimeter, don't forget to write down the units. Centimeter. This is our answer. Now the next sum, in the figure given below, find RS and PS using the information given in triangle PSR. This is triangle PSR. So students, let us see how to write the steps. Solution. In triangle RSP, angle RSP already given in the diagram 90 degree. So we have to write 90 degree. Angle RPS is given 30 degree. So we have to write 30 degree. And angle SRP is equal to 60 degree. Because this one 90 degree, this one 30 degree, then remaining angle is 60 degree. So by here we are going to use 30, 60, 90 degree triangle theorem. So we have to use the formula RS is equal to half of hypotenuse RP. In this question RP is the hypotenuse. So half, below half we have to write down half RP. RP is given in the question 12. So we have to put 12. 2 1s are 2, 2 6s are 12. So our answer is 6. Now we have to find out the PS. In this formula, we have to write PS is equal to root 3 upon 2 multiplied by RP because side opposite to 60 degree. Look at the bracket students. Here we have written side opposite to 60 degree and here we have already written side opposite to 30 degree. Then root 3 upon 2 comes downward. RP is given in the question 12. So we have to put 12. 2 1s are 2. 2 6s are 12. So our answer is 6 root 3. This is our final answer. At last, we have to write down the answers below and underline the answers. In the following figure, circle with center D touches the side of angle ACB. You can see here angle ACB at A and B. Look at the students here. If angle ACB is equal to 62 degree, find the measure of angle ADB. In this question, angle ACB is given 52 degree. ACB. This is 52 degree. And we have to find out angle ADB. Now students, let us see in the answer how to write down correct answer. Now let us see the solution. Students, we have to write like this. Angle CAD is equal to angle CBD is equal to 90 degree. Here students, we are going to use tangent theorem. See, this is very important. For this step, we will get half mark. Now students, see tangent theorem. This is the tangent theorem and this angle is 52 degree. So students, we have to use the formula of the sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Angle ADB plus angle CBD plus angle ACB plus angle CAD is equal to 360 degree. Means this angle 90 degree, this one is 90 degree and angle C is 52 degree. So students, in this question, you have to find out angle D. So now in the next step, we are going to fill up the values. Angle ADB, we don't know the angle ADB, so we have to write down angle ADB there. Angle CBD is 90 degree, angle ACB is 52 degree and angle CAD is 90 degree is equal to 360 degree. Do the addition of these three angles, we will get 232 degree is equal to 360 degree. So students, angle ADB is equal to 360 degree minus 232. Our final answer is 128 degree. We have to write the answer like this. The measure of angle ADB is 128 degree. Now the next question, fourth one. Verify whether the points A coordinates 1 and minus 3, B coordinates 2 and minus 5, and C coordinates minus 4 and 7 are collinear or not. This is very basic questions. This question repeated again and again for the board exam. So students, let us see how to write the answer. Let angle A coordinates 1 and minus 3 is equal to x1. In the bracket, we have to write x1 and y1. B coordinates 2 and minus 5. In the bracket, we have to write x2, y2. In the bracket, minus 4 and 7, that is x3 and y3. In this question, students, we have to find out slope of the line AB first. Then afterwards, we have to find out slope of the line BC. Look at the simple calculation, and for this slope of the line AB, we have to use these values, and slope of the line BC, again we have to use B and C, these two values, and you will get the answer here minus 2, and slope of the line we will get the answer here minus 2. Here students, both the answers are same. So students, we have to write slope of the line AB is equal to slope of the line BC, and point B is a common to both the lines. At last, we have to write final answer. Points A coordinates 1 and minus 3, B coordinates 2 and minus 5, and C coordinates minus 4 and 7 are collinear. Now the fifth sum, if sin theta is equal to 11 upon 61, find the values of cos theta using the trigonometric identity. This is also one of the most important questions in your geometry textbook. So students, let us see how to solve the answer. So here we have to use the identity sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. In the bracket, we have to write trigonometric identity, and you will get for that step half mark. Now we have to fill up the values in the formula. Sin square theta is given in the question 11 upon 61. So we have to use 11 upon 61. There is a square written. So we have to write the square. Plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Now we have to find out the value of cos square theta. So we are going to keep on the left hand side, and this number goes to the right hand side. Look at the step properly. So 1 minus, in the bracket, 11 upon 61, bracket raised to square. 1 comes downward, minus sign also comes downward. Square of 11 is 121, and square of 61 is 3721. Now students, we are going to multiply 3721 multiplied by 1 like this. You will get 3721 minus sign we have to use here 121 upon 3721, same number comes here, is equal to, when we are doing 3721 minus 121, our answer is 3600 upon 3721. Now cos theta is equal to 3600 is a square of 60, so we have to write 60, and 3721 is a square of 61, so we have to write 61. So our final answer is the value of cos theta is equal to 60 upon 61. Basic questions from all the chapters are asked in this section. So this section is very scoring. Now let us move to question number 3A. This question carries 3 marks. These are activity-based questions. They may include completing the proofs, filling the blanks, or finishing a solution. Write full statements properly. Do not just write the answers. Write complete mathematical sentence. Analyzing the past question papers, it has been seen that most of the questions asked are from the first, third, and the sixth chapter. Now, moving towards question number 3A, complete the following activities and rewrite it. In the bracket, there is written any one. That means you have to complete only one activity. First one, in the following figure, XY parallel to segment AC, if 2AX is equal to 3BX and XY is equal to 9. Complete the activity to find the value of AC. We have to find out the value of AC here. So students, we have to start from activity. 2AX is equal to 3BX. This is already given in the question. So we have to write in the bracket given there. Now AX upon BX is equal to 3 goes upward and 2 comes downward, students. Now look at the next step. AX plus BX upon BX is equal to 3 plus 2 upon 2. Now here students, BX is given downward. So we have to cancel this XX. We will get AB. AB upon BX is equal to 3 plus 2, that equal to 5, 5 upon 2. Now triangle BCA is similar to triangle BYX, means these two triangles are similar by which test? So we have to write A test of similarity. Now BA, that is AB, we have written BA upon BX is equal to AC upon XY, corresponding sides of similar triangles. So students, here we have to put the value of this. This value is 5 upon 2. So in the first bracket we have to write 5 and in the second bracket we have to use 2. Now we have to do the cross multiplication. AC multiplied by 2 is equal to 5 multiplied by 9. So AC we are going to keep here only. 5 9s are 45 upon 2. Now therefore AC is equal to 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4 and 2 2s are 4. We will get remainder 1. So 1 we have to take 1 0 over there. Then we have to use point. 2 5s are 10. Our final answer is 22.5. So here in the bracket we have to write 22.5. Now let us count the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means each and every box you will get half of marks. Total 3 marks. Now let us see the second sum. Complete the following activity to prove that the sum of squares of diagonals of a rhombus is equal to the sum of the squares of the sides. This diagram is given to you. Okay, now there is written given. Now under the given there is quadrilateral PQRS is a rhombus. Diagonal PR and SQ intersect each other at point T. To prove, there is written PS square plus SR square plus QR square plus PQ square is equal to PR square plus QS square. Now let us start from the activity. At the time of board exam, you have to start from the activity. Diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other. In triangle PQS, this triangle PQS, PT is the median, and in triangle QRS, RT is the median, this RT. Now let us see students how to write the answer properly. We are going to use Apollonius theorem. So we have to write by Apollonius theorem. Now look at the first triangle. PQ square plus PS square is equal to, after the box there is given 2QT square. So QT is here. In the first box we have to write 2PT square. 2PT square. Now we are going to the next triangle, this triangle. Here we have to write QR square here plus SR square. Then we have to write in this box. Tell me students what to write. 2 times RT square. RT square plus 2QT square. This is our first statement and this one is our second statement. Now adding first and second statement, we will get PQ square plus PS square plus QR square plus SR square is equal to 2PT square. Then students, we have to write here 2RT square. Understood students? Now let us start 2PT square plus, now what to write here? And here is written 4QT square. But in the bracket there is one value is given. In the bracket given RT is equal to PT. So students, instead of this RT, we have to write here PT square. But we have to use 2 times PT square. Now students, we will get 2 2s are 4, 4 PT square plus 4 QT square. Now students, here we can see here 2 times PT square plus 2 QT square. Now at the last statement, we have to write PQ square plus PS square plus QR square plus SR square, like this same one, is equal to PR square plus QS square. Next is question number 3B. This question carries 6 marks. These questions are from the textbook but require longer solutions. Sometimes they need the application of 2 or more mathematical concepts together and check the knowledge, understanding and the proper application of the concepts. So, while studying, practice full-length problems, understand how different chapters are connected. In the question number 3B, questions related to construction, theorems and calculation heavy questions may be asked. While writing the theorems, make sure to construct the diagram for it or else the marks may be reduced. Let us start with question number 3B. Solve the following sub-questions. In the bracket there is written any two. Students, in the first sum, show that points P coordinates 1 and -2, Q coordinates 5 and 2, R coordinates 3 and -1, S coordinates -1 and -5 are the vertices of a parallelogram. Let us start with a proof. P coordinates 1 and -2, that is x1, y1, Q coordinates 5 and 2, that is x2, y2, R coordinates 3 and -1, that is x3, y3, and the last is S coordinate -1, -5, that is x4 and y4. Here students, this is the parallelogram. So we have to find out the slope of all the 4 sides. So students, slope of a line PQ, we have to use formula slope of a line y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So PQ, this is P and this one is Q. We have to use this value, fill up the values in the formula, we will get answer 1 and that carries half marks. Now the next is slope of the line QR is equal to, where is the QR? Here, QR. So we have to take formula y3 minus y2 upon x3 minus x2 is equal to, we have to fill up proper values in the formulas, we will get answer 3 upon 2. Now the next is slope of a line RS, we have to use formula y4 minus y3 upon x4 minus x3. Now here also we are going to fill up the value in the formula. Our answer is 1. Now next is slope of a line SP is equal to y4 minus y1 upon x4 minus x1. Here also we have to fill up the value in the formula. Our last answer is 3 upon 2. Now students, everyone knows that in a parallelogram, opposite sides are congruent. This side is congruent to this one, upper side is congruent with downward side. So students, now here we can see, here is the answer 1, here is answer 1. So this both the answers are same. Now from 1 and 3, this is the first statement and this one is the third statement. So slope of a line PQ is equal to slope of a line RS. We have to write equal sign in the middle because both the answers are same. That's why we have to write equal sign. Now the next is therefore line PQ parallel to line RS, both having the same slope. Answer is 1 and 1. That's why we have to write both having same slope. Now look at the second one. Second answer is 3 upon 2 and the next answer is also 3 upon 2. That is the fourth one. So students, we have to write slope of a line QR is equal to slope of a line SP because these both the answers are same. So we have to write in the middle equal sign. Now line QR is parallel to line SP, both having the same slope. That carries also half marks. At last we have to write down parallelogram PQRS. This sign we have to use. Parallelogram PQRS is a parallelogram and in the bracket both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Students, in these questions, instead of this question, many of the times ask instead of this parallelogram, right angle triangle, rhombus, square, questions are going to change, but method is the similar way. In the triangle, when you find out the vertices of a triangle, that time you will get only 3 answers over here. Let us move to the second sum. Students, in this sum there is written, prove that tangent segments drawn from an external point to a circle are congruent. Now students, we have to write here proper theorem from the circle lesson. See how to write the theorem? First we have to write given. This is very compulsory. Given in the number 1, a circle with center O. We have to write this. Second point, lines PQ and line PR are tangent. This line PR and PQ are tangent to the circle at points Q and R respectively. And for this, you will get half mark for the given. Okay. Now next one, you have to start with to prove. What you are going to prove? Students, here is written, tangent segments drawn from an external point to a circles are congruent. After the given, you have to write to prove. In this, we have to write segment PQ congruent with segment PR. PQ is here and PR is here. So, we have to do little bit construction. So, for the theorem, we have to compulsory draw a diagram. So, under the construction, those changes you are going to do in the diagram, you have to write under the construction. Draw segment OP and segment OQ and segment OR like this. Now, let us start with a proof. In triangle OPQ and triangle ORP, means these are the this is the first triangle and this one is the second triangle. Angle OPQ is equal to angle ORP is equal to 90 degree. Here students, we are going to use tangent theorem. This is the tangent theorem. Now hypotenuse OP is congruent with hypotenuse OP. Congruent with hypotenuse OP. This is the common side for this both the triangle OP. Side OQ congruent with side OR. We have to write here radii of the same circle. See, this is the radius. So, we have to write in the bracket radii of the same circle. Now, the next step, therefore, triangle OQP congruent with triangle ORP. Here we are going to use hypotenuse side test. Okay, students. Now, the next step, segment PQ congruent with segment PR, corresponding sides of congruent triangle. This is our final answer. In the third sum, Draw a circle with radius 4.1 centimeter. Construct tangent to the circle from a point at a distance of 7.3 centimeter from the center. We have to construct a diagram here. Now students, don't write the steps at a time of construction. Okay, you have to draw only the proper construction at a time of board exam. In this question, we have to first draw a circle of radius 4.1 centimeter. Then draw a segment of OP 7.3 centimeter. For these steps, you will get 1 mark. For drawing of the circle, you will get 1 mark. And to draw a segment OP of length 7.3 centimeter, you will get half mark. First, you have to draw a line of length 7.3 centimeter, that is OP. After that, you have to bisect the line. You have to take distance more than half. You have to draw arc here and here. Then afterwards, you have to keep on the point P, and from the point P, you have to draw a arc like this. Then you will get this line bisector. Then students, we have to keep our compass on point M and take the distance of OM and draw a half of this circle. Okay students, now you will get here point A and point B. Now you have to join this A and P tangent. Now next is P and B tangent. Each and every step you will get after this step only for drawing a circle. You will get 1 mark. Then afterwards each and every step you will get half marks. Now the next sum is the fourth one. In this question, how many solid cylinders of radius 10 centimeter and height 6 centimeter can be made by melting a solid sphere of radius 30 centimeter? Now look at the proper steps students. Now we have to start for cylinder. For cylinder, in the question, radius is given 10 centimeter and height is given 6 centimeter. For sphere, radius is given 30 centimeter. This one is a small r and this one is in capital R. Now students, in this, we have to find the number of solid cylinders that can be made by melting a solid sphere. We have to use the formula of the volume of the sphere is 4 upon 3 pi r cube upon volume of the cylinder is equal to pi r square h. Pi is cancelled from here. Now students, we have to write the values in the formula. 4 upon 3 comes downward, r cube is 30, so we have to write this 3 times. 30 multiplied by 30 multiplied by 30 and r square. R is given in the question 10 centimeter, so r square is equal to 10 into 10 and height is given 6. In the next step, 10 ones are 10, 10 threes are 30, 10 ones are 10, 10 threes are 30, 6 ones are 6, 6 fives are 30. And this 3 cancel from here, 5 threes are 15 and 15 fours are 60. Our final answer is 60. 60 solid cylinders can be made. Now let us see important theorems. Those are asked for the board exam. Mostly theorems like BPT theorem, Pythagoras theorem, similar triangle theorem, tangent segment theorem. Next is inscribed angle theorem, cyclic quadrilateral theorem. These types of theorems are commonly asked in the exam. And one more thing, questions related to Apollonius theorems also asked in question number 3b. For construction questions, drawing a neat level figure is essential. And one more thing, for construction, rough figure is necessary. This requires longer solutions. Stay calm and try to finish within 20 minutes. Now let us understand question number 4. This question carries 8 marks. These questions are slightly challenging. They are based on your syllabus. but may not be directly from the textbook. Questions from 1st, 4th and 7th chapter are mostly asked in this section. If construction related question is asked and you draw a neat level construction, 4 marks can easily be scored for that question. Mostly only 2 types are asked from practice set number 4.1. That means your target is clear and simple. Practice these 2 types of questions properly. Practice them again and again. You will be fully ready to score marks easily. So don't skip them. Now our next question is question number 4. Solve the following sub-questions. In the bracket there is written any 2. That means you have to solve any 2 only. Now first one, in the following figure DE parallel to BC, then number 1, if DE is equal to 4 cm, BC is equal to 8 cm and area of triangle ADE is equal to 25 square centimeter, find area of triangle A, B and C. Here students, second question is also given in the same first question. If DE ratio BC is equal to 3:5, then find area of triangle ADE ratio area of quadrilateral DBCE. Here 2 marks for this answer and 2 marks for this answer. Let us see how to find out the answer. First one, under A for this answer, DE parallel to BC. Here DE parallel to BC. This is already given in the question. So we have to write given in the bracket. Now therefore angle ADE congruent with angle ABC and AED congruent with angle ACB, that is corresponding angle. So we have to write in the bracket. Now therefore triangle ADE similar to triangle ABC. Here we have to write in the bracket a test of similarity. Now by the theorem of areas of similar triangles, we have to write area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle ABC is equal to DE square. See, DE square upon BC square. Now we are going to fill up the values in this property. Area of triangle ADE given in the question 25 square centimeter. So we have to write 25 here upon area of triangle ABC. Students, in this question we have to find out area of triangle ABC. So we are going to keep like this only, is equal to DE square. DE is given 4 but square is there written, so we have to write square. BC is given already in the question, so we have to write 8 square. Now after doing the cross multiplication, we will get area of triangle ABC is equal to 25 multiplied by 8 square upon 4 square. 25 into 8 square. 8 square is 64. So 8 square is 64 and 4 square is 16. So 16 1 is 16, 16 4 is 64. So 25 into 4. Our final answer is for this number 100. In the second part, we have to write by the theorem of areas of similar triangles, then area of triangle ABC upon area of triangle ADE is equal to BC square upon DE square is equal to 5 square and 3 square. This is already given in the question. So BC value is 5 square, D's value is 3. But here we have to use only single bracket. 5 square is 25, 3 square is 9. Now student, we have to use here by dividend rule. So we will get the equation like this. Area of triangle ABC minus area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle ADE is equal to 25 minus 9 upon 9. 25 minus 9 we will get 16 upon 9 comes similar way. Then here we will get area of quadrilateral DBCE upon area of triangle ADE. Now here by invertendo we have to do that step properly. The downward side goes upward and upward side comes downward. Here area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle DBCE is equal to 9 upon 16 by invertendo. Okay, now we have to write last answer. First one, area of triangle ABC is equal to 100 centimeter square, and next answer, area of triangle ADE ratio area of quadrilateral DBCE is equal to 9:16. Now we are going to start a second sum. Triangle ABC similar to triangle PQR. In triangle ABC, AB is equal to 3.6 centimeter, BC is equal to 4 centimeter and AC is equal to 4.2 centimeter. The corresponding sides of triangle ABC and triangle PQR in the ratio 2:3 construct triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Now let us start with a solution. Triangle ABC similar to triangle PQR. Therefore, AB upon PQ is equal to BC upon QR is equal to AC upon PR. These three sides are given in the questions. So we have to write on the upper side. Now from triangle PQR we have to write PQ, BC upon QR and AC upon PR, and in the bracket we have to write corresponding sides of similar triangles. Now we have to put the values in AB. AB is given in the question 3.6, BC is given 4 and AC is given 4.2. Now taking the first one and this ratio, we have to find out the answer. 3.6 upon PQ is equal to 2 upon 3. Therefore, 3.6 multiplied by 3 upon 2. Point is here. 2 ones are 2. Here also 2 ones are 2 and 2 8s are 16. Then after multiplying 1.8 into 3, we will get 5.4. 4 upon QR is equal to 2 upon 3. After doing the cross multiplication, 4 into 3 upon 2. 2 ones are 2 and 2 twos are 4. Then 3 twos are 6. Our value of QR is 6 centimeter. Now the next is we have to find out the value of PR. For that we have to take 4.2 upon PR is equal to 2 upon 3. Now here also 4.2 multiplied by 3 upon 2. We have to do the calculation here. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4 and 2 ones are 2. 2.1 multiplied by 3, we will get 6.3. Now in this we have to draw two triangles from this by using these sides. Now students, we have to draw the triangle, we have to take base BC 4 centimeter, and in the compass we have to take AB 3.6 centimeter and AC 4.2 centimeter and bisect the here like this. Then we will get the triangle here. Now for this triangle, by using this measurement, we have to draw the second triangle. Here students, we have to take base QR 6 centimeter, then PQ 5.4 centimeter and PR 6.3 centimeter. This measurement we have to take in the compass accurately and we have to draw the diagram. Now look at the marking scheme. To draw the triangle ABC, you will get 1 mark, and to draw the triangle PQR, you will get 1 mark. And for this entire calculation, half mark, here is also half mark and here is also half mark. Means total 4 marks. Now the next sum is the third one. The radii of the circular ends of the frustum of a cone are 14 centimeter and 8 centimeter. If the height of the frustum is 8 centimeter, then find out the first one, the curved surface area of the frustum, second one, total surface area of the frustum, and the third one, volume of the frustum. In this case, we have to first find out the value of slant height of the frustum. Now, before find out the value, we have to first write down the measurements. The radii of the circular ends of the frustums are 14 centimeter and 8 centimeter. Let R1 is equal to 14 centimeter and R2 is equal to 8 centimeter. And its height is given in the question 8 centimeter here, like this one. Now we have to use the formula of slant height of the frustum is equal to, in the square root, S square plus in the bracket R1 minus R2 square. Now we have to fill up the values in the formula. S square in the question is given 8 centimeter, so we have to write 8. R1 is given 14 minus R2 is given 8, so we have to write here 8. Now in the next step, 8 square, 14 minus 8 is 6 square, 8 square is 64, 6 square is 36, 64 plus 36 is equal to 100. Square root of 100 is equal to 10 centimeter. Now here the slant height of the frustum is 10 centimeter. You will get half marks for this and half mark for this answer. Now the first one, before find out the curved surface area of the frustum, we have to find out the slant height. So students, in the formula, L is there. That's why we first find out the slant height. Now, the curved surface area of the frustum is equal to pi L in the bracket R1 plus R2. Now, the next step, pi is in the question given 3.14. So, we have to use 3.14 here. L value is 10. So, we have to write down L 10 and in the bracket 14 plus 8. Now, 14 plus 8 is equal to 22. That comes downward. 10 is also comes downward. 3.14 also comes downward. After multiplying these three numbers, we will get this answer. Now, the next question from the question number 3, second one, total surface area of the frustum. Now, in this case, we have to use the frustum formula. Total surface area of the frustum is equal to pi L in the bracket R1 plus R2 plus pi R1 square plus pi R2 square. Now, here, this value we have already find out here. So, we have to use the same answer here like this. And we have to put up the value pi R1 square plus R2 square. So, that 690.8 comes downward. Pi's value is 3.14. So we have to use here R1 is 14 square, R2 is 8 square. After doing the squaring of that number, 14 square is 196, 8 square is 64. Then students, we have to do all this calculation here. 690.8 comes downward, 3.14 also comes downward. After addition of these two numbers, we will get 260. Then after the multiplication of these two numbers, 3.14 and 260, we will get 816.4 plus 690.8. Now, after doing the addition of these two numbers, we will get 1507.2 square centimeter. Now, there is one more question is also given here. Find out the volume of the frustum. In this, the volume of the frustum is equal to 1 upon 3 pi h in the bracket R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 multiplied by R2. 1 upon 3 comes downward. Pi's value is already here, 3.14. Height is given 8. So we have to use height 8, and in the bracket R1 square is 14 square plus R2 square is 8 square. And here look at this point. Here is the additions. Okay. So plus 14 multiplied by 2. Here is the multiplication. So this point is very important. Many of the times what happened, the students are doing mistakes in this formula. So 1 upon 3 multiplied by 3.14, 8 comes downward. After doing the squaring of these numbers, 14 square, we will get 196, 8 square is 64, and after doing the multiplication of 14 into 8, we will get 112. Now, we have to do addition of these three numbers. 1 upon 3 comes downward, 3.14 also comes downward, 8 also comes downward. After doing the addition of these three numbers, we will get 372. Now, after doing this long multiplication, we will get 3114.88 cubic centimeter. Now let us see how to write the answers at a time of board exam. First answer like this, second one and the third one. Finally, we have question number 5. This question carries 3 marks. It contains 2 sub-questions and you have to attempt any one. Now let us start from the question number 5. Solve the following sub-questions any one. First sum, quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle taking AD as a diameter. A semicircle AXD is drawn which intersects the diagonal BD at X. If AB is equal to 12 cm, AD is equal to 9 cm, then find the values of BD and BX. Here students, diagram is not given, but at the time of solving the answer, you have to draw the diagram. Now let us see. With the help of this question, we have to draw diagram. Rectangle is there, semicircle is also there. By using this question, in the solution, angle AXD is equal to 90 degree. AXD, that is 90 degree angle in a semicircle. That property we are going to use here. In triangle DAB, angle DAB is equal to 90 degree. DAB. Angles of a rectangle, all the angles of a rectangle is for 90 degree. Now, by using the Pythagoras theorem, we will get BD square is equal to AB square plus AD square. Now, put the value in this formula. AB is given 12 centimeter. So, we have to write 12 square plus AD is given 9 centimeter. So we have to write 9 in the bracket square. Square of 12 is 144 and square of 9 is 81. After adding these two numbers, we will get 225. Now, by taking the square root of both the sides, we will get BD is equal to 15 centimeter. 225 is the square of number 15. So our answer is BD is equal to 15 centimeter. Now, AD is the diameter of the semicircle and BAD is equal to 90 degree. So therefore, BA is a tangent, BA is a tangent and BD is a secant. By tangent secant segments theorem, we will get the formula BA square is equal to BX, BA square is equal to BX multiplied by BD. Now, you will get half mark for this formula. Now, after filling the values, BA square, BA in the question that is given 12. Now, BX multiplied by BD. BD is given 15, so we have to write 15. And after squaring the 12, we will get 144. 15 comes downward and we have to find out the value of BX. After doing the calculation, BX is equal to 9.6 centimeter. The final answer we have to write the value of BD is 15 centimeter. The value of BX is 9.6 centimeter. These are the answers. Now let us start the second sum, taking theta is equal to 30 degree to verify the following trigonometric identities. First one is given, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Second one, 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. Third one, 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. Now, let us see the answer, how to write the exactly. Now, theta is given in the question 30 degree, so we have to write this first. Now, here sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. On the left hand side, sin square theta plus cos square theta. So, we have to write LHS sin square theta plus cos square theta. Now, in the theta is given 30 degree, so we have to write here 30 and here also 30 degree. According to the trigonometric value table, we have to write down sin 30 degree is 1 upon 2, but here is the square. So we have to write 1 upon 2 bracket raised to square plus cos theta, cos 30 degrees value is root 3 upon 2. So we have to do the square outside the bracket. Now after squaring the number, we will get 1 upon 4 and after squaring root 3 upon 2, we will get 3 upon 4. Here is the common is the 4. So 4 is the common. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4 upon 4. Your answer is 1. Now here we can see sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Now let us start a second one. In the second one, there is given 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. So students, we have to write down on the left hand side 1 plus tan square theta like this one. 1 plus tan square theta. The theta is given 30 degree, so we have to write here 30 degree. 1 comes downward, then 1 plus 1 upon root 3 bracket raised to square. After squaring the 1 upon root 3, we will get 1 upon 3 and this one comes downward. Now here students, 1 plus 1 upon 3. So 3 ones are 3 plus 1, we will get 4 upon 3. This is our second answer. In the RHS, there is given sec square theta, this one. So we have to write like this. Theta's value is 30 degree. sec square 30 degree, that is 2 upon root 3. After squaring 2 upon root 3, we will get 4 upon 3. Now, this answer and this answer is the same. So, we have to write left hand side is equal to right hand side. Now, let us move to the next one. 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. On the left hand side, there is written 1 plus cot square theta. Instead of that theta, we have to write 30 degree. 1 plus cot square 30 degree. Cot square 30 degree, the value of that root 3, bracket raised to square. So, after squaring root 3, we will get only 3. 1 plus 3, our final answer is here 4. Now, on the right hand side, there is cosec square theta. So, cosec square 30 degree, cosec value of cosec 30 degree is 2. So, after squaring the number 2, we will get 4. LHS is equal to RHS because both the answers are same. Now, let us start with a time management tips. Question number 1, 2 and 3. You have to finish within 50 minutes. Next is question number 4 and 5. You have to finish within 60 minutes. And the extra questions, you have to finish within 10 minutes. Always keep the last 10 to 15 minutes for the revision. Check calculation, units and underline the final answers. Question number 1, 2 and 3 are very easy questions. You can score marks easily in these questions. Therefore, do not skip these questions. If you are unable to solve a question, don't worry and don't stay stuck on it. Just leave some space for it and move ahead to the next question. Attempt these questions at the end of the paper. Most importantly, don't forget to carry your geometry box. So students, in mathematics, marks are not given only for the final answers. Marks are given for steps, method, diagram and presentation. So write neatly, show all calculations and underline the final answers. Stay confident, stay focused and believe in yourself. Before you leave, comment your target marks for Maths Part 2. I will personally guide you in the comments. If you found this guidance is helpful, then hit the like button. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to Kallakar Education YouTube channel for more such useful videos. All the best for your examination.